Hello everybody. Welcome back to an amazing episode of our show E2E Expert to Experts. This is the only show that brings you experts from around the world just here to help you, to serve you, to be with you, to equip you, and to provide to you amazing, incredible value. So, drop down in the comments and let me know which part of the world are you watching us right now, which part of the country, where are you from right now, and you're watching us live. Drop down in the comments. We are live on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Okay, and we're also live on the page and the profile of our amazing guest. So drop down in the comments and tell us which part of the world you are right now. And if you're watching us live right now, put hashtag live, okay? And if you're watching the recording, put hashtag recording, okay? It's my privilege today once again to introduce you our guest speaker who was with us on Monday. And Monday, she gave us an amazing interview, okay? And we decided that on Thursday, we're gonna have a special workshop. And this workshop is about gratitude and joy. Most of the time, it's people, when I coach them or when I speak on stages around the world, a lot of time people tell me, hey, Moses, but for you, it's easy. Life is easy for you. Things are easy for you. And I pause and I say, wait a minute. It has not been as easy as it may look like. I had to build up the muscles. I had to build up the muscles of gratitude and the muscles of joy. Even when situations were not looking at all favorable and it was so hard, I had to build up the muscle. Okay? So, Lia, our guest who is jumping in on right now, pretty soon, a couple of seconds, she's gonna come live, is somebody who has proven to have lived a life where all the odds were against her, and yet she was able to overcome them, succeed, and get in connection with a lot of people that brought value, that filled up those emptiness in her life. But she has never left something that she learned how to wear since she was a small little girl, and that's the gratitude and joy. And that's why she created her jewelry line, which is something that you can wear. You can wear love. You can wear gratitude. You can wear joy. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited to welcome you for E2E. Once again, our friend directly from Pennsylvania, our friend Lia Valencia. So, ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause to Lia Valencia. Here she comes. Here she comes. 3, 2, 1, go. Very welcome, Lia. Glad to see you once again. How are you doing?
Hi, Moses. Hi, everyone. I'm great. I can truly say I'm great. And I say that with full heart and honesty. The truth is, my day was rough, but my spirit is great and grateful. And I love this topic today because and I maybe my yesterday and today was a little rough because I had to really hone in to what the power of gratitude and joy does for you, because it's easy to be grateful when everything's going good. Oh, thank you for my job. Oh, thank you for this. Oh, I mean, you could just spend hours of saying thank you and gratitude when life is beautiful. But can you tap into gratitude when it's rough?
Interesting. Can
That's
you
what I'd
tap?
love us, since this is a workshop, to sit with for a minute. Like, yes, I can be grateful when it's great, but can I tap in when life is trying to dim your light, or when struggle is knocking on your door, or when someone is trying to chop down your greatness? Then can you say thank you, God? Yes, and I pray after what we say today that in those roughest times you lean and cling to gratitude, because that is what's going to get you to your joy. It
Mhm.
won't change the outcome. It won't change the predicament. It won't change the person, but it will change your heart. And when your heart is changed, your life begins to change. One of the beautiful things that what I use as a tool is one, my jewelry, and truly my jewelry, because I created, actually was one of my first pieces, which is the gratitude bracelet. And it's a simple classic design, but there's three circles on it with beautiful stones. One is green and one is a clear color. Green is for growth, and then that clear is for purity in your life. But the circles reminded you that there's ups and downs, there's hurdles, there's highlights, there's deficits, but in it all, come back to gratitude, because that is going to be your constant to keep your emotions aligned on who you are and who you decide to be. And I think it's so beautiful to have those visuals to check you back in, because you kind of forget sometimes. Like, you forget that, oh, life's really not that hard. Yes, my situation is challenging, but when you think about gratitude, for me, Moses, I start to close my eyes and say, okay, what does gratitude mean? So what
Mm.
does gratitude mean for you, Moses?
Gratitude for me means exactly getting to a point where you are asked. Oh, I have some echo.
Okay,
Give me.
go.
All right.
Is that better?
Yeah, now it should be better now. So gratitude for me is I call it the currency.
Mm.
Gratitude is can you repeat the question, please?
Yes. What is gratitude? Like, when you close your eyes and think about gratitude, and I'll define it for me too, but what does that look like to you, or what does it feel like, or even where, when you think of that word, or even when you say it out your mouth, I'm grateful, where does it bring you back to? How does it shift you in?
Yeah, so gratitude for me is exactly the currency that makes me step into my greatness and into that connection with the unlimitless possibilities. So
Mm,
you can't be angry and simultaneous be grateful.
right.
You can't hate somebody and at the same time say thank you that I have food on the table. It's impossible. You can't have
Oh,
this kind of duality and fight. You're either angry or you're grateful. You're
yeah.
either loving and grateful. You can't be hating somebody and at the same time you can say thank you for this day, thank you for this service. It's impossible.
Right.
Imagine
Oh, I
when
love that.
when you go to a restaurant and the waiter treats you in the right way, in a good way, you are grateful, then you tip. You
Yeah.
can't tip a waiter if you didn't like
Oh,
the service and you're angry with it and you're
that's
disappointed. So that's for me what gratitude is. It's a currency, an exchange that we give for
mm,
an emotion that we feel. So the question is, how can we tap into that reserve power, which is
yes.
gratitude?
I think that's so beautiful. Oh, thank you. I love what you said, because that's, I agree. When we start talking about, well, then how, because that's so important. We can tell the what, but then how. What we both believe, and what I heard you say is, gratitude is a action. It's not a word. It's not a thought. It starts as a thought, it can come out as a word, but it has to materialize into some sort of action, meaning you click into appreciation,
Yeah.
or you click into joy, or you click back into peace. So the how then is, one, you always want to have something that helps you trigger back into your gratitude or remind you to be grateful. Because sometimes when the storms come so strong, I must admit it's kind of hard to kind of catch your bearings on gratitude. So I really love having something as a reminder, a bracelet, a word someone said. If I don't look at my bracelet, I kind of do simultaneous things. First, I look at my bracelet and I'm like, okay, you need to click into gratitude. That's my mind saying the words. And then what I do is I literally start to sing this one song, and it says, "No weapon formed against me shall prosper." And that singing that song starts to allow me to be appreciative of the glory of God. So no matter what storm is swirling around me, when I see the peace on my body and I say, okay, I have to click into gratitude so I can shift my mindset out of this negative energy, then I start to think about what gratitude looks like. And then I start to sing the song that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And then that puts me in a mindset of action that, oh my God, the glory of God is so powerful. So no matter what comes my way, greatness will manifest. And for that, I can come back to peace. And for that,
Absolutely.
I can set back in joy. And for that, I can celebrate with love. And for that, when I turn on this TV or this Zoom, I can radiate love and joy to you because I am in gratitude and appreciation that my God is so powerful that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. How beautiful is that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I like what you said. I mean, this was directly in line with what I also shared, that gratitude at the end of the day is an action. So
Yeah,
a lot of people expect to, I'm waiting. When I feel it, I will do it. No,
no.
sometimes you need to do it and then you may feel it.
Yes. Sometimes you need to think it. Oh my gosh, this is really challenging the situation. Or I am spiraling. Whatever spiral means to you, think it first. Oh, I need to find gratitude. Some people even find gratitude in a different way. They start to look around them and start to point out the blessings that they already have. I actually do that sometimes as well. Right. So another way of bringing gratitude into the action for your life is to look over at your children and say, oh my God, I brought life into the world. Or to look around and say, thank God for the apartment that I'm, or the home that I'm sleeping in. Or to, to pick up something that is a memory of someone or something and say, wow, they did so much for me, and this is why I'm sitting here today. So I have to shift out of this nest. And I think that gratitude carries so much power when you lead with it all the time, meaning, yes, when it's great, be appreciative. Yes, when it's hard, click into gratitude. But your core way of being should live in an action of gratitude, meaning you take nothing for granted.
Mhm.
I think that's another layer of gratitude. So when you're living in a state of gratitude, there is nothing that you take for granted. You appreciate the waiter that served you. You appreciate the person that took your trash. You appreciate the wind that blows the trees by you. You appreciate the water that you're able to put your hands under because someone in this world has no water. And
Yeah.
that's a beautiful place to just start living in a sense of gratitude. Because then your world, when it starts to rock, you have more of a grounding place to come home to.
Yeah. And remembering what you have said exactly, looking at what happened in 2020. So previously, I was living my life always in a suitcase. I mean, all my life was in
Mhm.
one suitcase because I was 4 days in one city to another country. I was traveling so much.
Wow.
COVID comes and everything changes. So what happened is the first time when COVID came, the first thing that happened was panic. Now what do I do? I have
Mm-hmm.
all my calendar scheduled. I have to go to Portugal to speak. I have to go to LA. I have to go to Las Vegas. I have to go so many places. Everything's
Mm-hmm.
scheduled, and suddenly everything is cut off. So what
Wow.
happened was I said, okay, can I control this? And I said, okay, I cannot control it. Now, what can I do? The best that I can do. I had to reinvent myself. That's why I
Mm.
came up with the online group coachings on Zoom and
Yes.
doing masterminds and doing workshops on Zoom, doing trainings on Zoom. And guess what? Because I was able to tap into that resource of,
Mm-hmm.
can I control it? Most of
Mm.
the times, as human beings, we don't tap into gratitude in that reserve of power because we try to figure out
Control.
and control. What
Mm.
can you tell? How can you address us? Would you like to tell something about this? Sometimes the things we cannot
Oh,
control. How can we face what we can't control?
that is so good. Like, because most of life's experiences you can't control. Like, there's a lot of things you can control in life. You can't control people as much as you want to. You can't. And so then, oh, that's beautiful. Because so, how then do I manage? Because it's all about managing your life to keep that joy. And that's why I love how you parallel both of those words together. They're my words, P.S. Like, you hear joy, you hear gratitude. Like, in life, those are my three words because they live in the same space. I love, so when I can't control something, I love what you said about your story, and I'll share a story from me. But what I hear what you're saying is I appreciate and have gratitude for the, like, what is it? Accept the things I can change, change the things I can't change, and wisdom to know the difference. In that, there's appreciation, which is gratitude. Like, okay, God, you know what? I accept right now, instead of me trying to be human and control this, I'm going to sit in a sense of gratitude and say, this I can't control. And then when I sit in that situation, my gratitude allows me to do the action, because we always talk about action, and say, okay, but what can I control? But if you don't get yourself to the place of gratitude for the concept that this is uncontrollable, you won't be able to shift your brain into the next thought, which is the action of, if this is uncontrollable, then what can I control? And so I think that's wonderful having that mindset. And so for me, people, you can love people, you can coach people, but you can't always control people's behaviors, right? So for me, I've gotten to some situations where I want to bring the light, I want to bring the joy, and some people haven't gotten to that space with me yet, and so they want to bring challenge, they want to bring complications, and so there's a wall there, right? And so I then have to say, Leah, your job, I can't control this person's way of being and thinking, but I can be grateful that I've chosen to be light. And then I can monitor my own light to stay consistent and shining so that everything else around me and everyone else around me is centered around the joy and the love that we should be in the world without trying to control and target one person. And then that allows me to A, not dim my light, and B, always stay in a place of joy. And it starts from the gratitude of understanding the situation that you're actually in and appreciating it for what it is. And then saying, so then what should I and can I do to stay in my joy state?
Yeah, this is so powerful. And for all the business people who are watching us, because we are also live right now on LinkedIn, I
Yeah.
can tell you as a business owner, okay, you can tap in that reserve of power. So if you right now you are in 2021 and you've got a business and you're watching me right now and you're watching us right now on LinkedIn, that means that you are better than a lot of other people.
Yeah.
So in the situation of COVID, what I realized is, hey, I need to be grateful because I have got all these skills. Now I cannot control, so I accept what I cannot control and I do better and maximize everything that I can influence. Okay. So in 2020, we all become masters of influence because some
Yeah.
situations you can't change them.
Yes.
And let me
Oh,
tell you, gratitude and joy become contagious so you
it
can
is.
influence others. Tell us about this. How
It
can
is.
joy
It's so
spread?
contagious. The beauty is you may not be able to control one human being, but you can change an entire atmosphere. Right? So
Mhm.
when we don't focus on the one, but we focus on the energy that you emanate out, then it's able to change people that you didn't even think were watching. I think that's the beauty of pure gratitude and pure joy. When you are living and radiating from that space, you are unconsciously changing someone's world because they get to see that in living, breathing form. And I tell you, people are watching. Even the people you think aren't watching are watching. And they're sitting back like, oh, I like how she responds to even challenges. Oh, I love how she chooses to radiate joy no matter what the circumstance is. Oh, I love how she relinquishes her control of things that are uncontrollable and steps into her oneness of the power that is her or you to radiate what you've chosen to do. Like people are seeing that, and that is literally life changing for people. So if you can't, someone told me that even if you can't do it for yourself, do it for others. Like find gratitude for others because when you find it for others and you're able to do it, because I know that I'm impressionable. And so if I'm living out of a space of gratitude, that's not a good energy to give off. If I'm living in a space of gratitude, then it is highly likely that I'm living in a space of joy because I have to have peace because that means I'm appreciative and I honor what I have right where I have it. I also want to touch on the business part. Oh, because I'm a small business owner and the struggle is real, right? And it's real. It's up, it's down. Every day, I say when you start to set out to be an entrepreneur, you also sign up to be a firefighter, right? Because you're just putting out fires every minute, but you love it so much because of the purpose that you're giving to the world. But you can counteract your spirit. The way people are like, well, how do you keep going, Leah? I stay in a sense of gratitude because I'm appreciative for every step that I make in business. Like if I'm able to fill out one document today, I'm grateful for it. And then I look at the gratitude and say, the beauty of gratitude is when you look how far you've come. I think that's another part of gratitude in life. It doesn't even have to be with business, but when we talk about business, we beat if you're an entrepreneur, you're a go-getter, right? You're going for whatever it is. And that's a spirit that leads to always analyzing your place in life. And sometimes we analyze it on the harsh side of life, like, oh, I didn't do this, or I'm not where I want to be, or I looked over at her and she's been in business for 6 years and I've been the same and I'm not where she is. I want to shift your mindset right back to you. And I want you to look at where you are today in your business, not where you want to be in your business, not where you are going to be in your business, because you will get there if you've decided it. Take that, and then I want you to sit in a place of gratitude for right where you are. Thanks, appreciation, peace, acceptance, love of your business, right where it is. And then when you give it attention and love it, then I want to take you to look back at where you've come from. From the very first day that that dream laid in your heart, I get emotional about it because someone's sitting here attacking themselves on where they should be in business. And I'm saying you are great right where you are, and find that gratitude for your greatness right now. And then when you find that gratitude, check back into peace. Allow peace to flood your heart. And then when you allow peace to flood your heart, bring the joy in of smile. I say, what does joy look like? It looks like a smile. It even could look like a happy dance. Whatever joy wants to look like, joy is unwavering too, right? Happiness is fleeting, like business. Joy is unwavering, meaning I can smile in a storm. I can smile when that business opportunity didn't come through because I'm appreciative, and then I take the next step and I look back where I came from in the business. And if you're still sitting in the business today, you have something to be grateful for.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we've got Rachel saying gratitude is the key to life. See, joy.
Hey,
Thank you, Rachel, for your
thank you,
contribution.
Rachel.
And then we've got also Angela on Facebook. She's saying, needed this. Sitting
Thank
in
you, Angela.
gratitude
Angela,
today.
I
Thank you.
love you. Hi.
Yes, and
Yeah.
drop down comments. If you have any question for Leah, just drop it down and Leah will just answer it to you. All right.
Yes.
Now,
Ask any question, because we need this. As humans, we need this. We need encouragement. Yes, we know about gratitude. It's not a new concept, but we do need to be poured into consistently and reminded about the power of these beautiful emotions and concepts that we have readily available at our access instantaneously if we choose it.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying not bicker about life. Now, I'm going to tell you, before I got on this call, I had a whole bicker session about what I was going through. But through that bicker, I said, you know what? Here's my mindset on it. Here's my stance on it. Here's my place in it. Here's what I'm going to do to improve it. Here's what I'm going to stand in my power in. And then I'm going to be grateful for the outcome that comes. And I'm going to shine my light no matter what. That's gratitude. It's not being unhuman and not feeling the emotions. It's after you feel the emotions, then what do you do? Do you allow it to start come your life? Start come your life. I make words up. Do you allow it to pigeonhole you? Do you allow it to paralyze you? Do you allow it to set more fear in your spirit? That's the issue that we're allowing to happen in our life. And so I'm asking you to allow, when these things come in, to open your heart up to gratitude. So that gratitude, after you leave your humanness on the table, because you got to do that, then allow gratitude to clean it all up, clear it all out, shift your perspective, focus your eyes on the right prize, put your chest back and radiate more light, because that's the person that you are destined to be. And I know it to be true because you're sitting here today listening to us.
Amazing. We've got Dragana, and Dragana is saying it is amazing to hear someone's personal experience. Thank you, Dragana, for joining. If you have
Thank
any
you, Diana.
question, drop it down, and Leah will answer to it. So before we start wrapping up, because we are getting towards the end, time flies. So
When you're having fun.
one serious question I want to ask you.
Yes.
Because a lot of times when I coach people, they tell me, but Moses, how can I tap into being grateful and being joyful even when things look to be getting worse? I do one step ahead and it's as though I fall back 15 steps backwards. How can I tap into gratitude when my husband is abusive, when my kids are acting like with no sense? How can I tap into that? It looks easy for you. It's not. How can I do it? And they look as though they're going crazy. Have you got any tip for our friends who are going through such circumstances?
I do. That's powerful and real. See, I love real stuff like that. Like I love real talk because we can talk about gratitude all day, but then we got to talk about the stuff that we're dealing with, and that those experiences, everything you listed, are so real and so heavy, each one of them. But I have to say, no matter what the heaviest situation you're in, life starts and stops with your mindset you choose to carry. Your mind is the most important, powerful thing that you possess. And the beauty is God's giving you the control of it. God didn't give you your husband that could be abusing you control of your mind. He may control your physical through physical abuse or mental abuse, but you still own the power of your mind. So take control of your mind. When you take control of your mind, you take control of your life. And when you take control of your life, you can get appreciation for where you are, even the roughest part, because you know that there's greatness and difference on the other side, but you're stuck in it because you haven't taken control of your mind. Leah, what does taking control of my mind look like? That's a pretty statement. It sounds powerful. I kind of get chills when I think about it, but what does it look like, Leah? Taking control of your mind is truly seeing life for what it is. We got it. And then saying, but where do I, Leah, Sarah, Jessica, John, whoever I am, but where do I decide to be, even in this situation that's so rough mentally? Do I decide to change my whole entire focus in life on the negativity of it?
Mm-hmm.
Lead into it, stay with it, depress and succumb in it, die to it? Or do I decide to take my mind and my situation back by saying, so what can I do? What's the most littlest thing that I can do in this most horrible moment to help me get one step out of this situation? And if you take one little thing, I don't care if it's writing in your diary, if that has to get out on a piece of paper to see it physically so that you can make an action, the most smallest action you do can set gratitude in your heart. Because you freed yourself up from being bound to the situation, you've taken control back of your mind to do something to try to shift your atmosphere. That one thing may not work, shift it again. That next thing may not work, shift it again. That next, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep trying, keep trying. The answer is try. What does taking my mindset back? Try something different. Shift your focus on kind of where you want to get out of, and then Google, pray, ask a friend, phone a friend, send a bat signal, open a book, a dictionary, look at a piece of jewelry. I don't care what you have to do physically to trigger another action to shift you away from the negativity that you're sitting in. And keep shifting and keep shifting and keep shifting. I promise you, there's not one person on this earth that keeps trying something that doesn't make some sort of move in life. It's a theory proven to be true. It's my life. It's my life story.
And this is so powerful because what I do in my coachings, when somebody says, I cannot do anything, how can I overcome? How can I? I tell them, please just stand up, shake your body, move it. Once you move your body, you do that quick shift. The fastest way for you to shift weight and state is move your body, do
Yeah.
something. Sometimes when things look to be overwhelming, I just turn on my music loud and I start jumping as a crazy and dancing and moving
Oh,
my body, and that changes completely. At the end, I realize, okay, what I was worried about is not so big.
right, right.
It's not, wow, what was I worried about? Come on, you can handle it. You have
You can
done it.
handle it. I think
And
another thing too, Moses, is surrounding yourself, and I'm not even saying physical. I think the beauty of this internet thing, glory to God for internet, because some people were so isolated that they didn't have people that they can run to and be around to pour into them. Well,
absolutely.
prayerfully, if you can find an internet source, if you can find a phone, if you can find something that you can tap into that good old Google and you type in the words that you need freedom from. And I promise you, YouTube will probably pull up a million talks that'll help shift you a little bit more out of that mindset to show you it's possible. When I created Valencia Key jewelry as a physical trigger, wearable reminder to tell you whatever it is, from gloom to glory, it's possible. Because we need those tangible results. The reason why people are saying, how can I, I'm in this, I can't, because they don't have tangible results that it's possible. We're all human. We breathe. So if I'm breathing and can do it, I'm living proof that you can too. If you can wear my jewelry, it's living proof that you can shatter glass ceilings. It's the proof. Find the proof that leads to your heart, that triggers your heart to tell you that it's possible. I promise you it's out there.
Amazing, amazing. And please, now that you have touched this, you have touched base on your jewelries, could you tell us something more about this amazing wearable reminders of the greatness that we've got?
Yes. Oh, I love a beautiful story that I love to share is I always wear, we have the gratitude bracelet, but I also have the rooted collection. And I sketched this. I hand sketch every design, and I'm really hand sketching it as my power source to visually capture the thoughts that I want to help trigger you when you need those reminders. And rooted is one of those things that to me is so important. I think we talked about that, and I gotta keep saying it because be rooted in gratitude. So when the storms come and you start to think how horrible your life is, you start to look up and say, oh, but God, I can breathe today. At the core of my appreciation, I opened my eyes this morning. How beautiful is that when you can be rooted into the appreciation to say, I opened my eyes this morning. And that's the power of Valencia Key jewelry. I pray into every piece too.
And
Even if you
this
don't,
is your website.
yes, yes. And I show everybody. I mean, I want you to see it. I want you, oh, this Jamie, we love Jamie. Believe it book. You know, another good way is reading. And Jamie's book, Believe It, on believeit.com is another great story. If you need proof that all things are possible, read Jamie's Believe It book. It is living embodied proof. Jamie was my light, one of my lights to show me, like, oh, I can too. It's that living proof. So the Believe It bracelet,
Wow,
if
this is
anything,
amazing.
that bracelet holds power because sometimes we forget to believe.
Yeah.
When we start self-doubting, It doesn't matter if the word self-doubts you. It's probably a given. Somebody in the world is going to self-doubt you. But when we start to self-doubt ourselves, we start to cancel all possibilities in our life. How horrible is that? When you think of the power of what you're doing, when you allow self-doubt to creep in and hold control, that means you're canceling all your living possibilities. So when you wear a bracelet like believe, even because we're human, life's going ways down, and then that self-doubt's going to come in and say, am I good enough? Am I smart enough to do this business? Am I the right person? And as soon as that self-doubt clicks in, I hope you've reached out to grab a glass of water or type on your keyboard, and you glance over and you see the word believe. And when you see the word believe, I pray that it clicks you back into the power mindset. The power mindset that if you just have a faith of a mustard seed to believe,
Come
your
on.
life will be changed. Your dreams will come true. Your situations that you think are impossible to get out of will shatter around you because you believed it to be true. Here's the beauty about believing. Believing is a what word again? An action word. It's not a superficial thing. If you really believe in something, that's why I love seeing that word believe, because if you see it enough, you then start to state, okay, I have to believe. I want to believe. I'm going to believe. Okay, if I'm going to believe, then what does believing and fill in the blank look like? It means then I need to get up and do something about it. That's what believe catapults you to. So my prayer is when you remember the word believe, when you wear it on your body, your belief catapults you into action that literally changes your life. And that's my prayer for every Valencia Key wearer. And even if you don't wear Valencia Key, I pray it for your life regardless, because I know the power of mindset. I know the power of it, and I know we can all have it. That's the free thing in life. Everything in life costs money. The power of the mindset is free, and it's at the taking anytime you decide to choose it. Sometimes we need to add these reminders because the world is so heavy. It really is heavy. And these reminders that you get help you trigger back into that action that you need to do. I can talk
Perfect.
about that. I'm sorry.
And for those of you who want to know more about it, just look here. You can go to valenciakey.com and you can purchase, or you can just watch, and then you can be inspired. You can be inspired to
Yes.
wear those reminders of love, of joy, of believing in yourself. And look at this. We've got so many people right now here. Totka just jumped in and said, believe it. And
Believe
then we've
it.
got also Vicky. Yes, believe it. There you go.
Believe it.
Then you've got Rachel saying, this is so inspiring. Thank you both. You're really welcome, Rachel.
Thank you, Rachel.
This is so amazing. And as we wrap up and we close this amazing workshop, Lia, could you just tell us where can we know more about you apart from the website, which I'm going to put back right now? Where can we follow you, know more about you, see more of what you're doing, and keep in connection with you?
Yes, that's what I believe it. My place is Instagram, and I don't look at Instagram as this follower thing. I look at it as a place to keep our hearts connected. I look at it a place that we can come together and stay together to keep our journeys bright. And so my prayer is that you connect with my heart so that even your light and love keeps my light bright, and that I brighten your life and your life. And if that is to be true, Instagram is at Valencia Key Design. That's where the jewelry lives, but it's not just jewelry. I gotta shift that out. It really is a place where you get to see, when we talk about I want to see the possibilities, on Valencia Key Design, you get to see different people in different shapes, sizes, hair colors, living radiating joy. So maybe today I just need a smile in my life. Go on Valencia Key Design. You'll find a smile. Maybe today I need a word of encouragement. Go on Valencia Key Design. You'll be able to click on any one of those posts and read some power for your life. When you want to connect with me, because I like a connection just to me personally, because I'm gonna be around the world soon. So catch me and you can find like, what is Lia doing today? And I hope my fire and my passion and my zest inspires you to not have the same that I have, but trigger you into your greatness and your light and your joy. And that's at Lia Valencia Key, my entire name. That's on Instagram. That's me personally, Lia Valencia Key. And I pray that we stay connected in both areas so we can keep hugging on each other. Because, I think the second thing about life is human connection. It's a powerful source. Man, I tell you, when you are in a rough spot and when you are in a celebration moment, you want to look around, and even if it's not physical, you want to be able to tap into people that's going to hug you when you need a hug, pour into you when you need to be poured into, cheer you on when you need to be celebrated, cry with you when you need to cry, curse a little bit. I try not to curse when you need to curse. Like, be with you on this life journey, and all in the intention to get you to the purpose of your life, which is love, which is joy, which is prosperity, and which is greatness, that whatever is defined in your box of greatness. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And you've got Vicky saying, Lia, you go, girl. Come on, girl. Go ahead. And then we've got also Rachel saying, I have her beautiful star-studded earrings. I love them.
You are my guiding star. When I send that message out, when you get the guiding star earring, Rachel, I love you. You are my light. It's my dream that hearts like you, Rachel, are radiating towards your greatness, shining Valencia Key at the sole purpose to keep your heart on fire for greatness, love, and light, but also inspiring someone else around you to turn their light on too. And I say with the guiding star earrings, it's a part of the message that you get. And it says, not only that you are a star, but you are someone else's guiding star that you may not even know about. How beautiful is that? We're not just living this life for ourselves.
That's so powerful. We're not living our life just for ourselves. So if you want to give the best gift to your sister, mother, partner, just go on the website of Lia Valencia, okay? And just go there and get the gift. She's getting ready to ship globally. So just go there, challenge her and tell her, come on, girl, I'm in Netherlands. Send it over to me. I'm in Germany. Send it over to me. I'm in Italy. Send it over to me. I'm in UK. Send it over to me. All right.
Moses, I love you for that. Please, yes, go to the website, put your email in, and send me a message and say, Lia, find a way to get to Italy. I love being charged up with a challenge. That grows me such a beautiful way. And I'd love to just hear your love and where you actually are coming from, because my dream is to be global. So just to get a message that you are in Italy or the UK is going to fire my spirit up and actually show me the reality that my dreams will truly come true. And I promise I'll reply with an abundance of yellow hearts. It may be excessive, I'm telling you up front, but I'm pouring them out to you when you get it.
Amazing, amazing. So I'm just putting back the link of the website where you can get in contact and look at all the wearing special reminders that you can put on, okay? And as your grandma used to say, I always dress up with my greatness. So what is that greatness you want to wear on? What is that reminder you want to have on always of yourself, reminding you, triggering you positively, reminding you and putting you back on the right track? When things don't go the right way, you have that bracelet saying, believe it, Believe it, it's still possible. You can make it. You can have it. When you have those earrings that remind you how beautiful and how a wonderful creation you are and how you can impact other people. This is the mission of Lia. Lia, thank you so much to have joined us. Thank you so much for being here with us. And as I'm wrapping up, just one final phrase, powerful sentence that will remind all our audience. Just one. Go ahead.
Check into gratitude, you will find your joy.
Wow.
It's that simple. Check into gratitude and you will find your joy. It's waiting for you. But it needs your attention. It needs you to come back to it. And when you come back to it and you center yourself out of the storms of life, even the great storms, because you can check, sometimes you're so great, sometimes you need to bring yourself back to gratitude so you can be human and you can be a servant of others who need you. So wherever you are in the spectrum of life, check in the gratitude, and I promise you, you will find your joy. Moses, I love you from the bottom of my heart. I truly thank you. I appreciate you. This mind thing that we share is beautiful, and everyone that is with us now and watching later, I love you. I appreciate you. I believe in you. And that's a weird thing to say when you've never met someone, but I am going to be so open and honest and say, I don't have to meet you to know that you are great right where you are. And then wherever you want to be, it can happen. It will happen. And I believe it to be true. And I pray
Amazing.
that you believe it for yourself. I love you all.
Amazing, amazing. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. And it was a privilege to be there with you and to serve our audience. All right. So thank you so much. Here we're starting to have some yellow hearts. That's amazing. And for all of you, thank you so much. We see you on Monday for another episode of E2E Expert to Experts. My name is Moses, and I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to make sure you live your life in that greatness that you have been created, and that greatness, outstanding greatness that you deserve. There you go. Thank you. I'm joining you there with the hearts, with the
Yeah.
yellow hearts. Thank you so much, Lia. Love
Thank
you.
you,
Stay
Mother.
strong, stay blessed, and ciao to everybody. Bye bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.